interest for sure. What are you expecting to see from Bonneval this afternoon, Brendan?
Oh, look, I think she's a horse that'll just make nice, steady ground at the end of her trial. She's not going to be hustled, is she? She's going to be a horse that is just going to be looking to work home beautifully at the end of her trial. Obviously, you're going to see horses like Maygrove who's in that same sort of bracket as well. A horse who's going to take a lot of benefit from just sitting back, having an outing, and working home nicely in the trial. And there's probably some other horses here that really want to have a good true hit out. You know, the likes of a Sensible Princess who's got an eye on a Group 1 coming up next Saturday out of Hawke's Bay. John Snow as well is probably another one that we'll be looking for a nice strong hit out, where other horses will be just getting back and just working home nicely as they get their preparation in order. So John Snow, Aidan, is a horse who, look, he's a Derby winner at 3. Of course, he won the Derby out of Sydney. He was very good in a JRA Cup at Moonee Valley, and then he got himself, you know, a chance of going on towards the Caulfield Cup and Melbourne Cup, and he raced in the Caulfield Cup. He's a horse who's taken a lot of interest with the bookmakers in the Tarzino Trophy as well, back from $31.
Exactly, $1,000 bet goes on at 31, so real interest about him. And 1,400 metres is no doubt short of his best, and the Melbourne Cup is firmly on his preparation. We see Matthew Cameron riding John Snow. Saw Jason Waddell on Windspell. Of course, he is now confirmed for Windspell for the Group 1 Tarzino as well. Can you just update us on a couple of those other jockeys? I didn't see who was on our Aberdeen. I thought it looked like Danielle Johnson on Gift of Power. I don't know whether you can just update us on a couple of those jockeys, Brendan.
We've got Opie Boston, on our Aberdeen there. I noticed Bailey Rogerson was Gift of Power as well, runner number 6. And of course, as you spoke about with Jason Waddell with Windspell, of course he did an association with this horse as a 3-year-old and winning a Waikato Guineas Group 1 place last season at Melbourne as well, was Windspell, back in NZ, and is now with the Benner Wynyard team. They start loading away for heat number 1. Great to be able to take this live here on Trackside. Our 2 trials before our race day gets underway here out of Taupo. Let's pass it up to George Simon.
Yeah, thank you, Brendan, and a warm welcome everyone to track racing at Taupo today. And these 2 open catchweight heats are certainly going to attract a lot of attention. And it looks as though we're going to have our vision blocked of the starting gates because the ambulance driver's parked right in front of the gates here. Gift of Power goes forward, and the last one to go in now is our Aberdeen. So our Aberdeen goes in to complete the line, and we're set to go. And they're off. The first open catchweight heat of the day, and a bit slow to move was Windspell. First out was John Snow, and moving forward up on the outside of it now, Gift of Power to put its bib in front. Settling third is Bonneval on the inside of Maygrove, then Sensible Princess out 3 wide. Windspell back second to last, and last of all is our Aberdeen. They work over towards the 700 metres mark, and Gift of Power, the leader, got away by 3 lengths from John Snow. Bonneval, she's third. A length away, Sensible Princess. 3 lengths back then to Windspell, Maygrove, and our Aberdeen tries to work round out 3 wide. They climb the rise and they head towards a home turn. 450 metres to go, and it's Gift of Power in front, leads by 2 from John Snow. Bonneval on the inside, and then Sensible Princess. 3 lengths away, Windspell, our Aberdeen, and Maygrove. Down to the 200 metres mark they come. It's still Gift of Power. Out wide, Sensible Princess starts to find the line, and in between the 2 is John Snow, and behind them Bonneval, and then Windspell. But it's Gift of Power has been in front throughout for Bailey Rogerson, and Gift of Power will win it. Lovely trials by John Snow, and up on the outside, Sensible Princess. Then followed after a gap by Bonneval and Windspell. Then came Maygrove and our Aberdeen back at the tail of the field in the open heat. First of our 2 open heats this morning.
Nice one. Thank you for that, George. Okay, joined by Andrew Forsman just to get his immediate reaction off the trial. John Snow, he's been able to work home nicely there into that second position, and Bonneval, she's going to take a lot of from this trial.
Yeah, she would have blown out. Obviously, Bailey made it a truly run trial, so that was probably not what Bonneville probably needed, such a hard hit out, chasing that sort of pace, but she just would have knocked up on her run, but still happy with the way she's coming up. John Snow's obviously had that trial and a little bit more forward than she is, and Maygrove's just chugging along out the back.
Yep. Okay, with Bonneville, what's the sort of the plan of attack with her?
Look, we'll just see how she comes through this, I suppose, but the plan would be to get her over to Melbourne in the next week or so and do sort of similar things to what she did last time.
What up?
Thank you.
That's Andrew Forsman. We might try and grab Fraser. Quick word, quick. Let's grab Fraser Auret. Fraser, nice work from Sensible Princess there late in the piece in that trial.
Yes, that's exactly right. Look, it's certainly pretty short for her at this type of distance, but no, look, I thought she was putting it nicely to the line.
And then that sort of ties the horse up nicely now, cleans her up well for what's coming up in the Hawke's Bay next week.
Yes, look, she's certainly quite forward, and we've been really happy with her. So, as you say, no, good hit out, and it looks like we're in the right sort of vein of form.
Yeah, okay, so her progression leading into this trial, you've been happy with?
Yes, very happy. It's sort of very hard with how wet some of the tracks have been around the place, but no, we've picked and choose, and hopefully we can get there right on the money.
Right. Well done.
Lovely, cheers.
All right, that's Fraser Auret. Just hearing through the time for the trial over the 1100 metres was 106.71. 106.71. So Bailey Rogerson going forward with Gift of Power. Taking the trial out. John Snow and Sensible Princess were good, and also Windspell as well late in the piece in that particular trial, making some nice ground. We'll look to try and catch up with John O'Benner. Of course, he does have Scott Bass in the next trial, so we might even look just to try and cover off Jono following the Scott Bass trial, because he did watch the trial with us in the presenting area, and we can kill two birds with one stone there when we do get to catch up with John O'Benner around Windspell, who's been able to make some nice work late in the piece. We'll just see what we can grab here. We'll come out and see if we can get some comments either from we'll just try and get Jason Waddell. Try and get Jason Waddell. He's to work his way back out and see what he's got to say about Windspell. Jason, Windspell working home nicely then the concluding stages?
Yeah, he doesn't like that sort of shifty ground. He's still an entine now and he's a year older, so he's on target for 3 days, but the last two is where he'll be a chance to kick a goal.
Yeah, and he's a horse that you know a little bit about as well, so look, a nice pickup ride for you coming up over the carnival.
Yeah, we won the Waikato Guineas on him, over 2,000 metres, so hopefully we can win the Liver Mile.
Right. Cool, thanks Jason. Let's try and get Matt Cameron. Matt, quick word, mate. John Snow, good hit out for next week?
Yeah, well, it's definitely, he, being a colt too, he holds his condition quite well, and he jumped a little bit quick from around these turns, but he stuck on one, that last little bit was good, so looking forward to next week.
Cool, thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
That's Matt Cameron. All right, we'll hand it back to you, Aidan, because I think we've just